And my last case is City of Saline versus Lisa DeHart.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Can you state your name?
My name is Lisa DeHart.
Okay. And are we proceeding to a formal hearing?
Right here, the judge is already warning Lisa, this isn't just a review. This is a brand new trial. Think of it like starting a video game over from level 1. If she doesn't catch that, her whole defense is about to collapse before it even begins.
Yeah, and I believe this is Ms. DeHart's appeal of a finding at the informal hearing, and the city would kcall Office of Belknap.
Just give me 1 second.
Notice Lisa's mistake? She thinks just waving photos around will help her case. But in court, evidence isn't about what you have, it's about how you present it. Audience, what do you think? Should courts be more flexible with everyday people who don't know the rules?
Statements from either party. Mr. Ojak.
No opening statement.
Ms. DeHart, is there anything you'd like to say for an opening?
Yes, that paper.
I am asking that you, this is an appeal on a case. I just want to make sure you have a photo with you.
Appropriate way to enter evidence?
I'm sorry.
So
Okay.
you did it?
You should have a copy of it is what I'm saying. I'm sorry. So what I'm trying
I don't have any, ma'am, I don't have anything.
Oh,
Okay, at the time that I made the appeal, I made this photo, and I have others available, and they received it at the court, and they said that it would be with the paperwork. So I can either show it to you now, but what I'm trying to let you know is that I'm asking for an.
And here's the shift. The officer steps in calm, professional, rehearsed. Meanwhile, Lisa's nervous. This is the courtroom imbalance we see all the time. One side polished, the other scrambling.
This is the appeal, ma'am.
you're,
The appeal. This
I'm
is your
appealing.
hearing.
Right. So I would like you to, I don't know the right word, that I received a, I'm sorry, I wrote it down so I can try it. Is it okay that I read some of this? Just, okay.
Totally fine, ma'am. I just want to make sure you understand you have appealed this case. This is your appeal right now. So we're having another formal hearing right now in front of
Why
me.
don't you have the
Okay.
paperwork?
So just like your other hearing.
I don't you
Okay.
have a picture?
So, received an impeding traffic ticket for improper lane use for driving straight in a right turn only at Michigan and Riverside, November of 2021. I tried to explain to the magistrate at the last Zoom that the lane was not marked right turn only, and she continued to say that it was. I did not want to continue to argue with the magistrate. And when we left the court, we asked.
Boom. That detail about no signal, that's the nail in the coffin. Judges love specifics, and when an officer can describe headlights dipping, that carries way more weight than Lisa's emotional pleas. Drama versus detail. Guess who wins?
Took a picture and turned this in to the court.
Ma'am, can you please put that down?
So I submitted evidence to prove that the lane is not marked as a right turn only lane, which is what I got my ticket for. And I paid the fine, and they said that I could ask for an appeal, and that I would get the, sorry, I have a little coach husband next to me, so I
know, and we can hear him. If he could please not, we can pick up.
I very much have to apologize for that, because he does that. I'm really sorry for that. You deserve more respect than that, so I apologize. The appeal is just that I wanted to appeal the judgment, and that I submitted evidence that clearly shows that this is not a right turn only. And I don't know what, I won't pick up the paper again because you told me not to, but it is definitely, it's marked clearly that the way I drove was fine. I don't know if it's at Riverside and US 12.
Thank you. Mr. Ojak, do you have any witnesses for the people?
Call Office of Belknap.
Officer Belknap, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
I do, ma'am.
Lower your hand, state and spell your name for the record.
I'm Officer John Belknap. JOHNBELKNAP for the city of Saline.
And you're employed as a police officer by the city. Can you briefly tell us your history as a police officer?
I've been with the city of Saline for about 8 years. Before that, I was a sergeant at Pittsfield Township Police. I retired from there in 2013 and started with the city of Saline in 2014.
And you were on duty on November 10th of 2021?
I was.
Approximately 7:48 in the morning. The area of Michigan Ave and Whitlock?
I was, sir.
And that's in the city of Saline, Washington County, state of Michigan?
It is.
Were you there randomly or were you there for a certain purpose?
I was there for a certain purpose, sir.
And what was that purpose? Why were you there?
We had received, we being dispatch at Saline Police, had received 2 calls from motorists west of the city on Michigan Avenue complaining about a green Mercury Villager, Ford Windstar van that was eastbound on Michigan coming towards the city. The complaints were that it was passing in no passing zones and that people were having to go off the road to avoid or to give room for oncoming traffic to pass. And so I was sitting at Whitlock specifically looking for that. I do have an emailed statement from one of the witnesses, but I'm not sure that's really a mobile station, and drove around behind it. So I was on the east side of the mobile station, on the easternmost drive of the mobile station, which is pretty much near Whitlock Drive. And as I got into position to watch, I saw the green van that I ended up stopping was in the right-hand lane coming down the hill from Austin Road. Austin is also Riverview that goes to the south. Austin. The vehicle was passing other vehicles that were in the main travel lane, and the vehicle in question merged over fully into the lane as it was passing the first drive of the mobile station. I can give a description. I actually went and measured it out on Google Maps, and I can describe the signage of the road. After you pass Austin Road, about 165 feet later, there is a sign. It's a yellow diamond sign that clearly states that right lane ends. Also at that yellow diamond sign that states right lane ends, the hashed white line that separates 2 eastbound lanes of traffic ends. About 200 feet past that sign and the end of the hashed white line.
Here's the knockout punch. The judge makes it clear this isn't about the last hearing at all. This is a brand new trial. Lisa's entire strategy wiped off the table. Can you imagine prepping for the wrong fight?
And that yellow diamond sign is a graphic that lists a straight line on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side is a line that curves over to the left that once again indicates that the lane on the right-hand side of the road is ending and should merge over. After that sign, approximately 365 feet, you come to River Oaks Drive. River Oaks Drive is the entrance to the trailer, not the trailer park, is the entrance to the apartment complex there. After the entrance to the apartment complex, which is River Oaks Drive, the lane starts to noticeably narrow. Where Mrs. DeHart ended up completing the merge over was approximately 290 feet past River Oaks Drive. Additionally, as she was merging over, not only did she do so with apparently not using her signal to merge over, as she was merging over, she was almost forcing herself between a line of traffic, and the vehicle in front of which she was merging had to slow down. I was able to see that its headlights dipped briefly as she was merging over in front.
Questions for the officer?
My question for the officer is that I need to do this correctly. So if I do anything that's wrong, I appreciate when you correct me. So my question for the officer is that I changed my lanes with that's not for the officer, but I always use my turn indicators when I change my lanes. I guess I'm a little confused about the fact that is not at all that was.
Ms. DeHart, can you ask questions? It's your opportunity to testify. It's your opportunity to ask the officer questions about what he had just testified.
Okay, that this testimony that he is saying now is not what was testified in the previous magistrate court. He's changed his testimony from then.
It's
And
not your turn to testify. It's your turn to ask him questions, not me.
Yeah, let me ask.
Answer
Okay,
questions.
I'm sorry, I've changed his testimony. All of this information is not part of what the magistrate. So why did he change this? I do want to know, did he go back and check the lane usage, which is what I was told, that it was improper lane usage because the magistrate said that the lane was properly
I'm going to object again.
marked.
The officer hasn't had a single question to be able to
Okay,
answer.
I did, okay, so why did he change his testimony and say that it's not for improper lane use when that's what we did in the previous magistrate? Why is this testimony different than what we talked about in the previous? I was told specifically by the
Ma'am,
magistrate.
one question at
repeatedly.
ma'am, one question at a time. Let him.
Change your testimony because the, what is it called, an informal hearing. So you didn't really answer my question. My question is, why did it change from the lane usage, which the magistrate previously made it very, very clear that this was specifically regarding using the right lane to go through, and that the right lane, she repeatedly said that the right lane is a right turn only lane, clearly marked. It is not, and I have proven that. So
Your Honor, I'm going to
want
object.
to know
What
why. I
magistrate
just
said,
feel-
didn't say,
Ms. Hart, hold on, there's an objection. Mr. Ocho.
I'm going to object to what the magistrate said or didn't say is not relevant to this case. And indeed, a formal hearing is a complete redo of the trial. It's not really an appeal. It's a complete redo. And this ticket speaks for itself. This is the same ticket in the file that the officer wrote at the time. It says impeding traffic.
I'm going to sustain that objection.
And just when Lisa thought she was treated unfairly, the officer drops a bomb. He already gave her a break by reducing the charge. That completely flips the narrative. Instead of a victim, she looks lucky. Brutal twist.
Okay, I guess, is the officer aware that at the intersection of Michigan and Riverview, the lane signage that's posted clearly indicates that there is a left turn lane, there is a straight through lane, and then there is a straight through and right turn lane. Is the officer aware of that?
There are, as you're coming eastbound, I'm assuming you're talking about the eastbound lanes. As you're coming eastbound, there is a left turn lane that goes north onto Austin Road. And then there,
Ms. Hart, if you have any further questions for Officer Belknap,
No.
we have any further questions for him?
All right, is Officer Belknap aware that I had someone else in the car?
yes, you had your husband, and he made it very clear that he worked for a police department. And I felt that he was actually trying to get you some courtesy for that. And in fact, that's perhaps why I issued the impeding traffic and not the traffic violation with the points on it.
Can I talk?
And he was making himself aware because of a courtesy to other police officers. And then another question that I have is that the officer was not the only one in attendance. And could he please tell me, there was his supervisor or whatever the ranking is, was also there. And
What is the question, ma'am? You're testifying again. Can you please ask the
What-
officer a question?
okay, so what was the other officer there for, other than him? Yeah. And
That was-
was he, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry because I'm saying sorry too much and I'm not used to court proceedings. So I apologize for all of that. So to form my question, was Officer Belknap told to write me a ticket by his superiors?
No, absolutely, I was not. That was my supervisor